Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. JACALYN. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. JACALYN at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. We are so happy to have you here. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is the Mallorca Connection. We're going to bring out my wonderful friend and colleague. He is a big part of everything we do here at USA Global TV and Radio. His name is Roland FRIEDL, and I really hope that you do reach out to him. He is the trifecta here at our channels. He is a co-host, obviously, and he is also one of our team members on Talking Heads, which means he's an expert presenter, and he's one of our team members as an elevated listener. We're all about listening here. So he is the real deal. Please do reach out to him. Let's welcome him to the show right now, Roland FRIEDL. Hi, Roland.
Hello, Dr. JACALYN. Great to see you again after the Easter break.
Yes, it's so nice to see you. And where in the world are you now? We know you're traveling in your RV, and we're so happy that you're taking your green screen and taking us with you wherever you go.
Absolutely. Well, today I'm not in my RV. It's actually parking outside. Here hosted at a friend's home, close to the border to Germany, Switzerland, France. And I brought my whole studio stuff into his guest room, building up everything, and I'm ready to go.
That's fantastic. And I know you've brought a great guest. She's backstage. But before we bring her out, a couple of things. People might be wondering, I wonder, what is the Mallorca connection? Where does Mallorca come into it? And what's up with these boxing gloves?
Okay, yeah, great, thank you. Yeah, first of all, for the connection. Actually, when we came together to bring up a show with amazing people who do amazing jobs around the globe, and I told you that, Dr. JACALYN, I have such a broad network, so many experts and people. I have an expertise in many, many different topics. So I said, okay, I don't know what kind of topic I should pick. So we called it the Mallorca Connection. The reason for that is because Mallorca was, or has been, my home base for the last 14 years. I was always traveling around for pleasure, but also mostly for business worldwide to see my clients. And Mallorca was or has been, and actually still is, my base, because now everything is in the storage there, and I moved into my RV to be closer to my, first of all, to be closer to my clients, but also I love to travel. And yeah, you only regret things you never tried out. So I said, okay, I want to go full-time into my RV. I have no idea if it's half a year, it's a year or 1.5, and then I go back to Mallorca. And the boxing gloves are there because I have a long career in coaching, consulting, training, delivering workshops to big international companies worldwide. I will continue next week for a huge American company on delivering and facilitating workshops. And, after 3 decades, I came out that it's not only coaching, consulting, I'm more a sparring partner for the executive management from boxing. That's why I use this boxing clothes. And the symbol is I make my clients ready in a safe environment where I really challenge them to make them ready for the market, for the customers, for the competitors. That's why the boxing clothes are here.
Thank you so much, Roland. And I would love for you to share just briefly about the new panel show that you will be hosting and moderating for men.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's one thing that I'm really passionate about it. Besides coaching and consulting these executive people around the globe, is because foremost, myself, I'm a human being. Secondly, I'm a man. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather already too, and I'm a lover. And I found out in many, many conversations with top managers worldwide, with friends, and with my own inner child, being my manhood, that we men, we don't really talk to each other much, seriously, deeper about our emotions, what drives us, what triggers us, our anxieties. That's why I started a platform called Sparring for Men, where we meet several times a month. There's an English speaking platform, a German speaking platform, and then was the idea to bring this men's gathering, together on the show, because I strongly believe that men need to meet, to share whatever they want to share, like we did hundreds and thousands of years ago in the tribes, sitting around the bonfire and having conversations, heartfelt conversation, whatever it is, maybe talking about the day, what happened, or what will be planned for the next day, whatever it is. So it's a show by men, for men, about men. And yeah, very, very happy. So it will be 5 to 6 guys. And you know what? It's just real, authentic, uncut. No fake stuff, real, normal guys. I picked them up from different countries all over the globe. So it's a good variety. And we will have a conversation every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central European time, meaning it is 1 p.m. On East Coast, for example. And yeah, we have chats, normal chats about what men want to talk about it. Well, that's what's going on. I'm very excited about that, by the way.
I'm very excited too. I love working with you. You get things done, just like bringing our fabulous guest who's backstage. Tell our audience a little bit about her and we'll bring her out.
Yeah, actually, I met Christin Amy, I guess it was 2010 or 2011, something like that. I just came back from my pilgrim from the Camino de Santiago. I was walking with my dog 4 weeks to a church in the north of Spain. Then I'm heading back to Palma de Mallorca, and then I took the next plane to Vienna for business meetings. And I was waiting just on the baggage belt for my luggage. And I guess she came in from, as far as I know, from Paris, something like that. So she was waiting for luggage. I was waiting for luggage. And I remember that she was opening a bottle of sparkling water, and I just heard the sparkling. So I turned around and I saw her, and we started a conversation. And yeah, now it's, I guess, 10, 11 years, something like that. And I invited her for the show because she doesn't, I personally believe, an amazing job about teaching people not only acting, but how to react with their emotions, how to be aware about the emotion, what is very, very important. So I'm very, very looking forward to have a conversation with her tonight.
Outstanding. I'm excited to welcome her to the program. Also, welcome Christin Amy Artner. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Dr.
Christin.
JACALYN. Hello, Roland. Thank you
Great to
for
see
the invite. Thank you for the invitation. I'm so happy and honored to be here and to continue with your story about where we met. You're right. I came from Paris, from a very important masterclass with a coach from LA, and I thought you came from Paris as well, but you're right. We met. We were busy with luggage, and then we met in the shuttle bus, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And then you picked me up one time from the airport in Palma, and you took me. That was later. You took me to a film shooting.
That's true. Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Not bad.
And then we met several times, but this was so key.
Yeah, I remember. And then you introduced me to an Austrian girl who is working as what do you say?
Makeup. She was my
makeup artist. Yeah, I remember that.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I love so much about this story is think about, I mean, I haven't been in an airport in over 2 years, sad to say, but I used to fly all the time. But we're so engrossed in our own world, and we're on the phone, whatever we're doing. And yet, if you actually take the time to stop and see who's around you, you can have a beautiful relationship, a connection, networking opportunity that you never would have had if you were not so in your device and you were present. And that's what happened here.
Well, I just opened up a bottle of sparkling water, and I got his attention, obviously.
Yeah, I thought it's champagne, but it was just sparkling water.
Yes, I'm not drinking alcohol.
So we'd love to hear how your creative journey began. When and where did that take place?
Well, this is a long time ago. My creative path, what I think now, many years later, started when I was 4 years old, many years ago in the kindergarten. That sounds sweet and nice because we all love to play, But to me, playing fairy games, fairies, yeah, I was obsessed with it. And my favorite was The Sleeping Beauty. And there was one really nice episode in the kindergarten. There was one day I directed The Sleeping Beauty. I told all the others what they have to do. I played the lead part, and I took a very nice prince. So we played it, and it was wonderful. I love this. And then he made a real big mistake, because in the afternoon he played my play with two other girls. And
Oh,
I felt so insulted. I was really, I told my mom I want to change the kindergarten because I cannot go there anymore. Well, I did. But this was, I don't know why, but this moments and this story always was in my head, and now I know why. Because at this time I obviously uh, not conscious, but I obviously did what I'm doing now. I'm making films, I'm writing, I'm acting, I'm coaching, I'm directing, I'm also editing, and I have a film company, and also my family. My family is my team, and this is a wonderful work. So that happened. 15 years ago, uh, in the kindergarten, and now I'm there. And this was a nice journey, because from 4 years to now, I I had a chance to learn a lot, and to learn a lot about all these departments you need for filmmaking. And this is where I am now. And I guess this started there. And plus, I grew up in a family of musicians. So my mom is a piano player, my aunt, my uncle, composers, conductors, singers. So I, I guess my first moment in life was surrounded by music, by sound, by art. So it was clear that I will do something with music. So I started with my musical education when I was 4, 5. To make a long story short, it ended up with a diploma at the university in Vienna for music and performing arts. Then I went to Berlin and I studied acting. Then I made my diploma in acting. Then then came my kids. I gave birth to my first son, then to my second, and this at this time I was acting on theaters, mostly. Then my third son, and this was a period for about 15 years where I developed my skills in script writing, and I had a very good teacher and mentor, was Sid Fields from LA, who inspired me to write. Um, well, yeah, and throughout my actings and my acting experience, I I was very lucky because I had a very wonderful director. It's Jacques Turin. He died and he passed away in 2005. He directed The Swimming Pool with Alain Delon and Romy Schneider. It's just an example. And I acted in this TV series called Clarissa, and it was just a moment. Maybe it was just a minute, but I learned so much about directing. Jacques Turin took me before my take, and he just took me very softly and said, "Oh, let's go a little bit, let's walk a little," and then he talked to me, and he brought me to in such a wonderful atmosphere, and I felt, well, this is kind of magic. And then he said, well, now you're there, and now you just act from where you are now. Well, it was a very good take. So this is what I learned, and this is everything I learned is it's adding up to where I started. So music, acting, writing, telling stories. This is all the same, and it's very interesting that acting and writing is the same process. It's just the reverse process. When you write when you write, you you know everything about your characters. You know everything about his circumstances, everything this person experienced, and then you have the story, and then the lines come up. And the reverse process is when you act. When you act, you get the ready lines, and then you have to come back to the life of the character. So that's all the same, and it's beautiful. Yeah, and yeah, and telling stories. Telling stories was the main thing in my life. I don't know when it started. I guess I've been seeing clips or images or stories in my life in my head all the time. So
Christin Amy, a question, because you have such a broad experience in different creative departments, like you mentioned, acting, as an actress, as a writer, as a director, as a filmmaker. What is the connecting element of all these different creative departments?
humans, human beings. I'm not writing for robots I'm writing, and I I want to see films with human beings, emotions. So emotions for me is the key to everything. Because what happens when we don't have emotions? When we do not let the things that comes to us affect us, when we do not absorb, when we do not feel for and also feel us. So it's, I don't know what, it's just a machine, and our emotions are so precious. And the thing is, we have problems to accept certain emotions, meaning we love the good emotions, good. So there's no such thing as good or bad in emotions, but we don't like how certain emotions feel. Uh, but in order to act, you have to be able to let go through your body and let go every emotion through your body. And and this is also very important for our everyday life. So acting, it's not just in acting that we have to deal with our emotions. We have to deal with our emotions in our everyday life, every single second. But we are not always aware. And this is the thing in acting. You have to be aware because you have to handle it and you have to know where it goes. But then you have to allow everything to happen on a spontaneous way. So how can we do this? How can we tell our brain think as if it were real? And this is possible because our brain functions in that way. So what we tell to our brain immediately affects us and our emotions. And then we are in words. Words are affecting us because every word has a certain frequency, and everything affects us. We only have to be aware what it does, how it feels, and how to express it. So this is acting. It was a crash course in acting. No, it's emotions. It's emotions. Also in filmmaking, we want to be touched. We want to be touched not just with our head, because we're all in our heads. We're so much in our heads. We want to be touched. We want to feel. This is why we go to the cinema. This is why we read, and this is the reason why we act.
That's so beautiful. A question I have for you is, when you're in the role of an actor, an actress, and you come to the set, but you've already had some things going on in your day, you're already emotional about some things in your life, and now you have to play this other role. How do you set aside your emotions to get into the part and feel the emotions this character is feeling?
Yeah. Yes, this is a question I very often get because um, this is this is just craft. This is what I teach in my acting studio. This is a craft. We all have our private life, and what's going on there, we have emotions. So when I go on set and when I feel, oh my God, my head is somewhere else, and my emotions, I don't feel them. So focus, just focus. And then when you know, okay, there's this exercise, I can do this, that would take a couple of seconds, and then do this exercise, and then I'm there. So this is craft, and this is easy to learn. You only have to do it, and you have to know what you can do. And yeah, because there is the one thing with acting, all people, or most of actors ask, oh, I cannot cry. What can I do? Then I feel real tears. And say, well, then get involved into the material. This person is crying, so you can too, when you involve. And this is also our technique, or my technique. My technique, how I work in acting, is a combination of many techniques I learned. I started with Kotowski theater. This is completely different than to film acting. This is very physical theater. And I learned with, not with, but Stella Adler technique coming from Stanislavski. Then Sanford Meisner is a wonderful, he has a wonderful exercises that help. So my focus is to get the people aware of what's going inside themselves, to know where am I and where is my character, and then I can just go there, and I have to learn a lot. I have to know my material, and this is a little bit different here in Europe, especially here in Austria, than compared to the US. People in the US are trained much better than here because they know I need a technique and I need a structure, because when I have a film casting, I don't have hours to prepare. I have to be on spot right now. And here in Austria, the film business is different. And people film in a different way. So what I experienced here when I come on a set, it's just, okay, let's do it. It's fine, let's do it. But it's not so, how can I say? It's, what I miss a little bit is structure, even with actors on set. So better is you bring it all with, and you know how to handle yourself and to get in the part and get in the role and into the scene. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing all of that. I just have a follow-up question. Just,
Yeah.
I'm wondering, it sounds like in addition to having an innate talent and a desire and a passion and be connected with your emotions, you also have to have a really good memory.
Not necessarily, because, well, yes, you have to. If you cannot memorize lines at all, then you have a problem. But then you cannot memorize nothing. So usually it's not a problem, because when you know what your character feels in this dialogue or in this little piece, and what your character needs, then the lines come they come to you. You don't have to go for the lines when you work under the surface. when you work on the body and not just on the icing, meaning the lines. The most important is the character. So this is not a problem.
Thanks so much for clarifying that. Roland?
I have a following question on that, because acting in a theater is totally different than filming. In filming, you have to taking different takes. You have breaks. You can have a look in your script or whatever. But in theater, it's just live. You go. So, from your experience, how many percentage by acting on a theater stage, actors are you really using word by word what the author is writing, and on how much percentage is just improvisation?
Well, this is easy to answer. If you play Shakespeare, then I would have a hard time to improvise. Or if you play Schiller or Goethe, then you have to improvise in rhymes. So, you couldn't do that. The thing is, but you are right, when you have contemporary plays and actors lose some lines, so no one will maybe notice it, but usually this is not improv, because improv is a very specific thing and very important, but this is not for stage. Or you have an improv play on stage, which I did for many years with also classes with students. It's very nice. But theater play is a theater play, and you usually use the words the author says.
because when I was young, I was playing guitar and singing in a band, and sometimes I was a little bit distracted by other stuff, and then I had problems with the lines, with the words. So I was always improvising.
Yeah, but this is a different thing. When you play music, when you're on stage, there should be room for that, because otherwise it's a classical concert where you have all your notes.
Yeah, absolutely. Christin Amy, let's shift a little bit from your acting to your teaching, because I know you have a lot of classes. Actually, you had one last weekend, as I know, in Upper Austria.
Yes, it was a wonderful weekend.
So tell us a little bit about what is the philosophy behind your acting and your teaching, educating, on your voice studio, whatever you're doing.
My philosophy is that when you are tense, you cannot breathe properly, you cannot think properly. So the first thing is just relax, be aware of what goes on inside you. My philosophy is, everyone, we are born with a creative potential. We are creative beings. If you have the desire to act or to make a voiceover acting study, then that's the first step. And when you have the desire to do this, the rest will follow, because the rest is technique and craft and discipline and exercise. But the first thing you have to have is a need, and then everything is done. So I accept every human being and every student I see as a unique person, because they all are. We are all unique. To find out what is the uniqueness of this person, this is very important to me, because it doesn't make any sense to be or to want to be like him or like her because she's so beautiful and he is so cool. Be you. So the philosophy is, find yourself, and then you can act, and then you can do anything in life you want to do. So it's an acting coaching, but it's also on a very personal side. And I leave all my actors every time when we have a workshop, a course. I give them a lot of exercises to strengthen her heart, her self-worth, her strength, or their strength. So they are very, I'm very caring for my students. So this is my philosophy. It's not just and teaching, yeah, okay, let's do this. So it's very personal. And I only work now that changed because many years ago I worked with bigger classes. Now I work only with a small group of class 4, 5, up to maximum 6 people, because this is a best. This is a good number of people where I can observe everyone what's going on inside them, because it's so different. We are also different, and I want to care for my actors very individually. So this is
Christin, when I prepared for the interview, I was looking about what your workshop content is, more or less. And please correct me, but I strongly believe, even if I don't want to become an actor or an actress as a profession, whatever, it makes sense to attend your workshops, because there's so much to learn for daily life. Can you specify a little bit what is an outcome, not just for acting, but learning from what you're teaching just for daily life?
yes. This is absolutely true, and I also have students who are not into acting, and when you feel that there is something inside you that it doesn't feel fine, it doesn't matter what profession you do. So this is really a human being. We have our emotions, and therefore it's important to feel what's going on, and to get tools how to get rid of it, because no one wants to live with tension or with fears. And there's so much fear in the world, and therefore I guess we all need some relaxing and some coming back to ourselves. So therefore it helps, definitely it helps everyone. And addiction, when I work with my voiceover actors, diction is a very important thing, because when you do not open up your mouth, it cannot come out. So there's a reason why you do not open up your mouth. And what I realized the last 2 years, because I have diction classes, I had diction classes also the last 2 years, and I realized that people changed also because of the mask, wearing the masks, and all this. Breathing doesn't function naturally anymore. People don't allow themselves to open up and to breathe out. So therefore, it's very important for me to work with all my students on their breathing, on their feeling. How do I generate energy in talking? This is now even more important than it was before, and I'm happy that I can help, because we need to be free.
And when we talk about really opening up and being in touch with our emotions, I can see how taking an acting course and really allowing yourself to open up like that for your mental health well-being, that's an excellent path to take. What are your thoughts about that?
Yes, and when I get feedbacks I get from all of my students, this is so wonderful for me. So this is such a big reward when I hear, well, I felt free, and I feel alive, and I feel without tension. I embrace life. I get goosebumps, when I hear that, and everyone, this is such an energy. When the last course that you mentioned before, Roland, was so wonderful. You could see the energy, and what you saw on screen when we when we filmed the scenes, it was amazing. Everyone is touched because it's truthful and it's real. And I guess this is a very good goal for everyone to feel free and to feel alive, to be here and to feel full of energy. And filming it's all about energy, because not everyone, but every camera can see everything you feel. You cannot hide it. So don't even try to fake. It doesn't make any sense. Just be you. It's a constant conversation with your emotions. And what is a film scene? Actually, a film scene, every scene, is just a dance of emotions. One emotion creates this in the other, and that creates this in the other. And so it's a dance. And this is wonderful.
Wow, that's beautiful. I found myself swaying with you.
Yeah, me too.
I know.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Roland, did you ask for some exercises? Because I can give you one if you want to. We can do an exercise as well.
Yeah, we could do an exercise. We can show the clip, and I guess we should make a commercial break before we continue.
Okay.
Thank you. That's a great idea, Roland.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break and we're going to hear from a couple of our sponsors. And when we come back, we're going to actually take a look at a clip that you have, and then you're going to share an exercise you said. So I'm excited for that. I always love to learn new things. So we'll take a moment and then we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Take a moment.
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 So I've had the privilege of photographing some incredible people over the years, and during each shoot I've asked the subject to close their eyes and take themselves to a peaceful place just for a few seconds. I've found that this really helps to refresh the energy between the camera and the subject. They had an energy that was quite special and quite different from the rest of the shoot. The collection grew, and now it feels the right time to use it for something good. I think it'd be amazing if we could help to raise awareness and involve people in the discussion about mental health. So what we're asking to do is for everyone to upload their own self-portraits. All of these portraits will become part of a massive artwork. I'm really excited to see this project go from hundreds of pictures to thousands of pictures. Essentially, an ever-evolving artwork that says we're all in this together.
Close your eyes and take a moment.
Kapayapaan, kapayapaan, kapayapaan.
Diane Floyd Bame's A Song of Peace tells the story of a young lad named Tommy whose fervent wish for peace on earth touches the hearts of his friends and family, spreads to his community, and eventually unites the whole world around making his dream of peace a reality for everyone. Sit down with the children in your life and share Tommy's amazing story of love and hope. Sing your own song of peace and invite the children to join you. Tommy's tale is more than just a story. It's a movement, and everyone's warmly welcome to take part.
Kapayapaan, 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 kapayapaan.
You'll find A Song of Peace, along with many other wonderful learning and enriching opportunities for children of all ages, at DianeFloydBame.com.
various showreel scenes I wrote and we produced for actresses and singers.
Okay, beautiful. Let's take a look. Here we go.
Operazione Corridor non Duodani. Kodungira Schapaste.
Wo ist das verdammte Geld? Was hast du damit gemacht, ha?
Merda, Matt!
Francesca!
Wo ist er? Er ist...
Du glaubst, du kennst deinen Klientel, ja? Du glaubst, du kennst ihn.
Bist du einer von den Typen, der sich an Witwen ranmacht und sie dann ausraubt?
Ach, Michelle.
Damit kann ich nicht gehen. Es ist ein Gefühl wie mit Pilzpantoffeln.
Warum bist du so zickig, ey?
Danke. Danke für alles.
Don't forget to warm her bottle. If you need diapers, they're in the hallway. I'm going to take a bath. Thank you, honey.
Die Modenschau hat aber lange gedauert.
Oui, madame. Oui, je vais parler avec lui et j'en suis sûre qu'il va être enthousiaste.
Il Prosecco è per me, sì, grazie. Entschuldige bitte, bin gerade im Café Florian.
Won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us.
Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you. These are short clips from show reels, and I edited, I guess, 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. And the new thing was this nap where they go to bed, because nap, well, in English is to take a nap, but NAP comes from my acting studio, which was former called New Acting Project. But it's so funny, the nap film works and they go to bed. I love it, so I will keep it.
Yeah. Christin, I have a question because I'm on the Mallorca Connection. You know, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm a yoga teacher like Dr. JACALYN. I do a lot of meditation, had some spiritual teachers from all over the club on the show. So where do you get your inspiration, and do you have a spiritual approach to your work to have this creativity?
Yeah, I connect myself with my spiritual beings, with my higher self, with my inner self, and yes, this is how I work. I know, you know, I don't work just out in the blue or just try something. I usually have a character, and I have an actor or an actress when I work on a show reel, and I know how they come across and what is their strongest side, and then I write a scene for them, and then we rehearse, and then we shoot it. And this is how I create the show reel. So show reel making is not just that you come and we just film it, but it's that we create it, and I write it, and I have an interaction, connection. I sit together with the actors and the actresses, and yeah, and this is the whole process until the end. And yeah, and I coach them in diction, in acting, and on-set coaching. So, and our family is working together. My husband is sound engineer, and he is he's in charge of the sound audio department. One of my sons is cameraman. So, and the other son is also a musician, music producer. So we all work together. This is the core team, and then we have other people who work with us. But this is the core team, and this is also very, I don't know if it's unusual, actually not, because when it's in a family, it's in a family. When you're into art and you live this, it's yeah, it's not so strange that the children also want to do the same when they see, okay, this is something nice. And yeah, and so I set up my film company, and this is our work.
What a wonderful way to grow as a family together and have all these amazing experiences.
Yeah, to me, and everyone who is here on set with us, they all say the same. It's such a good atmosphere. I don't want to leave. Yeah, usually show reel shootings. These are long shootings. We start from 8 o'clock, and sometimes we ended up, I don't know, 11 p.m. or even later. But even then, people stayed, and when we were ready, it's like, okay, let's drink something, and then we were sitting here together till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So that happens quite often because it's such a good atmosphere, and that's very important because filming to me is not just stress because it's money. Filming should be, well, this is also important, and this is right because we have a schedule, and it should be everything should be as it is on a business set, but we have this extra how can I put it, extra caring for actors and with actors and the whole film crew, because it's always a good atmosphere, and it's important because everything comes across, in my opinion, what you do, and also on a film set.
Dr. JACALYN, that's exactly what we are doing as USA Global TV, caring and sharing. And
yes, it is. You're a perfect fit here.
Yeah. And when Roland introduced me to his work, I said, wow, what wonderful thing is this? But you were around and you were everywhere. So I didn't know it earlier. So, but what you do with your channel is really extraordinary. Both of you, really congrats. And it's very important for all of us.
Well, thank you for saying that and for sharing that. And we're always open to new collaborations. So if you have any ideas, just reach out, because that's what it's all about. Our family keeps growing and growing here. And we really welcome all kinds of programs to help inspire people. So please do reach out if you have some ideas.
Thank you. I will think about it, and I will definitely come back to you.
Fantastic. So for people who want to reach out to you and they can't read the banner, they're listening on the radio, what's the best way to connect, and who would you encourage to reach out to you?
Everyone who feels so. So just reach out, just go to the website. You can go to our film company website. It's www.nap-filmworks with an X, not with KS.com. Or go to my website, ChristinAmyArtner.com. And yeah, you can find me everywhere. Just Google Christin Amy Artner and you'll find many. You will find me. So just Google or write me. And, I think the most important thing in life is to be personal, to be human. Just call and then talk, because maybe there is something I cannot do, but I know others who can. Just interact, connection, communication. This is the key word, communication.
So true.
And talking. And we have to trick our brain, because the brain is the thing that burdens us sometimes, because we have to trick out our brain, and therefore we have to use useful thoughts in life and in acting. So it's all the same to me. So just reach out. I'm there. you wanted to do an exercise, right?
Yes.
Because we talked before the break. There is one exercise I commend to everyone because everyone can do it. And it's not an exercise coming from me. I got it from one of my teachers, from Eric Morris, and it's called the being exercise. So there are 3 steps. First is you ask yourself and speak out loud, how do I feel? And then you just feel, and then you keep on talking, I feel, and then you say how you feel. The next question is, do I express how I feel? And then sometimes the knot starts, oh, how can I express it? And then the third crucial question comes in, and this is, how can I help myself to express that I feel this and this? And then it's a very magic thing. You don't have to do anything. You only have to ask the question. Really ask the question. Ask it out loud and ask yourself, and then you find out that your body reacts. These are micro reactions or even bigger, but your body is reacting, and this is expressing. And when you are expressing, you feel it. So again, first question, how do I feel? I feel wonderful. I'm doing it now. I feel wonderful. I'm full of joy. Do I express how I feel? Yes, you can see it, you can feel it. But if I say now listen, how do I feel? I feel very, very sad. Do I express how I feel? Not really, because I'm not sad anymore. How can I come to the sadness? Very easy. How can I help myself expressing that I'm sad? How can I help myself expressing that I'm sad? How can I help expressing that I'm sad? And when you keep on doing it, the tears will run. I guarantee. So this is a main exercise that leads you towards everything in life and in stage or wherever.
I was going to say we could have a whole show just about the exercise.
Yes.
So we'll have to do that. Yes, we'll have to have you back to do that. Definitely.
I would love to be back into.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. One thing I just wanted to say before we close out is that I personally, since I started doing this platform, I reach out to people. And the platform keeps growing and growing because I'm truly interested in the people we have on our shows. So I'm always encouraging people to reach out to the people who are on our platform because they lead with their heart and they're open. You just shared you want people to reach out. Roland wants people to reach out. So please, if you're out there watching on the live or the replay, the contact information is here. It's on the comments. Reach out to us. We want to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Yes. And this is, this is a weird thing because we are not one-on-one in person. It's online, but still, you can feel the energy, and this is wonderful. I just want to say it here because I feel so, so good and so fine and so welcomed. So this is what I sensed in all your shows. I didn't see all because but I saw many, and this is what comes across, and this is your show, and this is also what is my main focus in life and in work.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I know you're going to be back often. I can already imagine some collaboration. So I will definitely be in touch with you. And our next show is coming right up, and it's actually with Roland. Roland, I'm going to spotlight you. Can you share with our audience what you're going to be discussing and presenting on the next show, which is your Talking Head show?
Yeah, actually, we start in a few minutes, guys. When you're running your own business, when you're leading a team and organization, whatever it is, join me on the Talking Heads. The whole model is called increased attention versus reduced attention. And today I'm talking about the performance triangle. You remember last time we've been talking about what is the main task of a manager, and now we talk about the performance triangle, how you do a proper review process, giving feedback to your teams or to yourself, how this works. Join us in a few minutes. You will learn more.
All right, thank you so much. And so for those of you who aren't aware, talking heads are experts from around the world who come and share their knowledge, their expertise in their own 30-minute show that I open and close because they want me there. I don't know why. I'm trying to do less shows. No, I'm kidding. But we would love to have you join us coming up literally in less than 4 minutes. So thank you so much for being here. You've been a fabulous guest. I will be in touch.
Thank you very much, Dr. JACALYN, and thank you, Roland. Thank you for being here.
And so from all of us here today, we say goodbye for now, but Roland and I will be back very shortly.
Goodbye
Bye.
to Florida.
Bye-bye.
Hello
Bye.
to wherever you are.
Bye-bye.
Hello from
Bye,
Vienna.
everyone.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.